Big Blue was a 47-story heavy-lift crawler crane shipped in to lift the roof of Milwaukee's newest landmark, Miller Park, and its state-of-the-art, all-weather, retractable roof. But when the operator attempted to move a 450-ton roof section, in winds far beyond the crane's limits, both the crane and its payload came crashing down.
Okay, watch it!
The incident took the lives of 3 steelworkers and uncovered a string of operational negligence, leading to the largest punitive damage payout in Wisconsin history. This is the story of the Big Blue crane collapse.
What a moment. And a line shot to center. Back them and Jones over his head and off the wall. Time to be around.
American Family Field in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, plays home to the Major League Baseball team, the Milwaukee Brewers. Originally opened as Miller Park due to a $40 million naming rights deal with the Miller Brewing Company, the stadium seats around 42,000 spectators. Prior to the opening of Miller Park, Milwaukee County Stadium had played home to the Brewers. However, by the 90s, retractable roofs had become the rage, and plans for a new stadium fit for the unpredictable Wisconsin weather were underway. The new stadium would feature North America's only fan-shaped convertible roof, which could open and close in under 10 minutes, allowing games to push forward during times of adverse weather. The official groundbreaking for the new stadium occurred on the 9th of November 1996. Scheduled to take around 3.5 years, at a cost of $392 million, construction was to be completed by the 1st of March 2000. Once completed, the stadium would house 70 luxury suites, 550 TV sets, 2,000 speakers, and 66 restrooms. Construction would be a joint venture between several organizations: Hunziger Construction Company, Clark Construction Builders, and Huber Hunt Nichols Incorporated. They would in turn hire 80 contractors, who themselves hired around 200 subcontractors. One of the contractors hired was Mitsubishi Heavy Industries America. They were hired to build the stadium roof and to design, build, and install the drive system that moved the roof panels. Weighing a whopping 450 tons, 120 feet in width, and 76 feet high, these enormous roof panels would require an equally enormous crane. Mitsubishi hired Lamson International Limited, an industry leader in heavy lift cranes. Lamson leased them Big Blue, a 45-story Lamson Transilift heavy lift crawler crane capable of lifting more than 450 tons. Lamson supplied the crew to assemble Big Blue on site and another to operate it. However, the Miller Park roof was not going smoothly. There were scheduling issues, delays and disputes, as well as concerns for safety. The project was falling behind schedule, with penalties for late completion on the horizon. According to Robert Habish, the lawyer who later represented the families of the victims, a senior supervisor for Lamson, the crane operator, had complained of loose on-site safety practices, leading to Mitsubishi requesting Lamson fire him for holding up the project. This request was not denied. The roof panel to be lifted on the 14th of July 1999 was the largest. Weighing around 450 tons, 120 feet wide and 76 feet high. Wind speeds on the day were reported at around 25 miles per hour, with gusts up to 35 miles per hour. However, Big Blue was only certified for winds up to 20 miles per hour. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, who made the final call, would later argue the wind speed was no more than 17 miles per hour. They had an on-site computer keeping a record of the wind speed, but this becomes controversial later in the story. As already mentioned, there had been several safety concerns throughout the construction process of the Miller Park roof. As a result of these incidents, a member of the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA, was present to observe and film the lift. Watching from a man bucket hanging from a separate crane within the stadium were 3 ironworkers: Jeffrey Wisher, William DeGrave, and Jerome Starr. They would bolt the roof piece in place once it was lifted. At around 5:10 p.m, Big Blue began moving the 450-ton roof piece into place. Video taken by the OSHA safety team shows the roof lowering into place. Then the bone-chilling sound of a kingpin snapping at the crane's base, setting off a string of more failures.
What's going on here? Okay, watch it, watch it!
As the enormous crane came crashing down with its 450-ton payload onto Milwaukee's newest landmark, the actual scope of the tragedy was realized. Parts of Big Blue had come down on the second crane, with the 3 ironworkers dangling from the man bucket below, causing it too to collapse. Jeffrey Wisher, William DeGrave, and Jerome Starr sadly fell more than 200 feet to their deaths. In the hours following the tragedy, the DA's office, the Sheriff's Department, and OSHA were quick to hone in on the wind conditions at the time of the incident. However, they discovered the Mitsubishi computer which recorded the wind speeds had been wiped clean and switched off. Although Mitsubishi Heavy Industries denied knowledge of how this happened, according to Robert Habush, the lawyer who represented the families of the victims in the court case, their senior supervisor in charge of the lift had wiped the computer in the minutes after the accident. Big Blue was rated to operate in winds no more than 20 miles or 32 kilometers per hour, and the heavier the load, the lower the acceptable wind speed. With the more than 450-ton roof piece, the acceptable wind speed for that particular lift was much lower. However, the investigation revealed the wind speed around the time of the accident was up to 27 miles or 43 kilometers per hour. And what's worse, the massive roof piece had acted as a sail, which exacerbated the problem. Intolerable pressure on the kingpin at the base of the crane caused it to snap, leading to a chain of additional failures right up the crane. Adding to the string of failures, the investigation revealed that, although the effects of the side winds on the crane itself had been calculated, there had been no consideration for the load the crane was lifting. Several organizations were fined more than $500,000 due to the incident. The widows of the 3 men killed in the tragedy would file a lawsuit against Mitsubishi Heavy Industries America in a trial that began on the 16th of October 2000. The plaintiffs claimed that the crane collapsed because it was misused by Mitsubishi in excessive winds, that Mitsubishi never performed wind load calculations, and that the wind conditions that day far exceeded the load chart limitations. Mitsubishi, however, claims that Lamson International never told them that wind sail calculation was needed, nor made the calculations themselves. However, the Mitsubishi site manager claimed the wind speeds when he checked them were no more than 17 miles per hour. In the long process on the road to justice for the victims, 122 depositions were taken and over 150,000 documents were reviewed. After a 7-week trial, on the 1st of December 2000, a 16-member jury returned a unanimous verdict in favor of the widows for $99,250,000 in damages, $94 million of that in punitive damages against Mitsubishi. The jury found Mitsubishi 97% negligent and Lamson, the crane's owner, 3% negligent. This was the single highest verdict in the state of Wisconsin. On the 6th of April 2001, the Milwaukee Brewers played their inaugural game at Miller Park. A bronze sculpture was installed to commemorate the tragedy that occurred during the park's construction, paying tribute to the 3 steelworkers who lost their lives in the accident.